for this exercise, we need to use activity 1 first. It's on a critical path. Then you will do activity, 3, which is parallel. You would use that here. But then you will say, what activity do I need to do to enable me to use another mechanical engineer very quickly? And the only answer for that is you need to do activity 4, because it takes 1 day, and straight after you're finishing the 1 day of electrical engineer here, you'll be able to start another activity that requires a mechanical engineer. So you'll be able to start activity 5. So 5 could start in day 3, straight after this activity here. Activity 3 has finished after 3 days. So this finish after 3 days require a mechanical engineer, and straight away you can start this activity, which again starts after the day 3 and requires a mechanical engineer. After you've done this, this, and this, and this, now what can you do? You go back to number 2 after you've done 4. 4 finish after 3 days, that's done. Then you move back to do activity 4. Sorry, activity 2, which requires 4 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you do activity number 2. And after that, you would basically have to say, what can I do next? Well, what can I do next is I can do this activity. That's the only one requires electrical engineer. Why can I do this? Because I've already finished activity 3. So after you do this, you'll be able to start 7 straight away. 7. And after you finish this activity here, after you finish this activity, activity 5, the only activity left that requires a mechanical engineer is activity 6. So you start activity 6 straight after. Does that make sense? Dan, did you get that correctly or wrong?
No, wrong.
Okay, do you understand why we have to do this one first?
Yeah.
Because this will enable us to open the activity that requires a mechanical engineer. This means as soon as the mechanical engineer finishes in day 3 here, he can start working straight away on another activity straight after day 3. So that's why you have 3 and then 5, and that's what's showing you 3, finish after 3 days, and then straight away you have 5 that starts straight after.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And because you've done 3 and then 5, okay, what can you do after? Straight away you can do the last activity, activity 6. As for this one, you do 1, then you do 2, then after that, what can you do? Well, the only one I can do is this. So 1, 4, and then 2, 1, 4, and 2. And the last one you will be left is activity 7 to complete. Does that make sense, my friends?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions at all? That's what I was telling you earlier about the heuristics. They don't always go according to, the straight, simple things. Did anybody create the network diagram? So that's the answer here, guys. Early start, early finish. Yeah, sorry, latest finish. 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3. For activity 4, 2, 3. Why? Because there's no slack. You can see there's no slack anyway. So to know when is the early start and when is the latest finish, the early start and latest start are at the same time because there's no slack. So for activity 2, the early start is 3 and the latest start is 3. That's what it's showing you here. 3, 3. The early finish is 7. The latest finish is 7. That's what it's showing you. 7, 7. If there was a slack, there will be some differences here, but there's no slack. All the slack is 0 in this particular example.
So the table of this table is depending on the table before it.
Depends on that table.
Okay. Okay.
Because you need to make sure you're using the resources according to what's actually available.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let's draw this one. Have we drew this one?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's fill this and let's go slowly, slowly, and let's try to do this one now. All right, I'll give you a few minutes to draw it and then to start thinking about it. These exercises require a lot of thinking, guys. This is another tricky one. You need, in this exercise, this second one, you need to ask yourself this question: what can I do to be able to use the electricians as quick as possible? So what can I do here? That's what you need to really ask yourself this question. What I do, I'm not going to say anymore, but you have a look at that first. So, did you guys finish this? Did you fill this box? Or are you still doing it?
Finish the one, sir.
What's that?
Yeah, finish the network
Okay,
diagram.
so what should be here? What's the totals here?
10.
Which
Like,
one?
okay, this is
10
10.
and
And what's
12.
here? Yeah, and what's here?
12.
Here.
10,
10 and
10.
12,
12. And what about here?
9, 10,
9, 10, 1,
4, 5.
4.
Okay, correct. So that's it.
No,
So,
4 and 9. 4 and
okay.
9.
So 4, 9, 5, 10. So you got that correctly. So let me ask you this question now. What activity would you do first?
1,
C. The activity 1.
1. Okay, how many days?
3,
3 days.
3. Okay.
3 days.
Which other activity can you do that will allow you to start using the maximum number of electrician as quick as possible?
3,
3 or 2?
Maximum electrician 3.
So we will do 1 and then we will do 3.
Yes.
Okay. What would you do after 3?
the electricians would start for 5 and the carpenter would start for 2.
Perfect. Well done. I love it. And then after that, what do we do?
So after the electricians start for 5, one can do the number 4 for 3
Yeah.
days, and the carpenter will just be on slack until the electrician finishes.
All right. Have a go at that one now. And I want you to tell me, can you find any activity which has a slack? Is there any activity you find that could be delayed without delaying the project duration?
Activity 2,
Can it be delayed by how long?
1 day.
1 day. So what's the early start of activity 2?
2, 3, 4. Day
And what's
4.
the latest start of activity 2?
Day 5.
5. Well done. So that's what we're doing, guys, here. You notice we use 1 first, 1 for 3 days. Then instead of doing that one, which first of all will take much longer, wouldn't let me start using an electrician till day 7 and will only allow me to use 1 electrician. Instead, I do this one, which take 1 day, which means very quickly in day 4, I could start using 2 electricians to do that activity. And then after that, what can I do? Well, after that, I could go straight away use the other activity that requires an electrician. And after that, we go to the final activity. So we will do 1, and then 3, and then after that, we'll be able to do activity 3. But then we know that we cannot start activity 4. We cannot start it until after you finish activity 5, which means that's why activity 2 could be delayed by 1 day, because 4 cannot start until 2 finishes. But even if you delay 2 by 1 day, it won't delay the start of 4. So you have 1 day of slack here. And that's why you say the early start of 2 is 4, but the latest start is 5. And that's why you say the early finish of 2 is 8, but the latest finish is actually 9. And that's what you see here. Early finish is 8, latest finish is 9. And that's what it's calculating the remaining information. So you see how you need to think, it's not like straight away you're going to go and find the answer. You just need to really spend the time to really think about what is really the best response and the best way for me to go and assign my resources. Any question on this one, guys? Any questions here? All right, let's have a go on the third exercise. So start working on that one now. Thank you very much. Sorry, let's just wait. Maybe someone have a question. All right, guys, so work on this activity now. Exercise number 3. I'll give you time to read it and start going through it. Thank you very much. Let's go with this exercise, guys. Just to start by telling you, I do not agree with how they solved this exercise in the textbook. I'm going to show you the textbook answers, but either way, if we follow the textbook answers or the answers of the heuristics rule, the answer would be the same. So let's look. This is a standard thing here. Can you tell me, do we do A or B first? Which one would you do?
Both of them?
B first.
Well, you should do B because it's 0 slack. That's correct. And then you will do A. But yes, they can start at the same time. Okay, what do we do after A and B?
D and C.
C and D.
Okay, you will do D and C. Okay, so why have we done C?
Because it.
Well, first of all, why have we done D?
Because this is a critical part.
The 0 slack. Okay.
Yeah.
So why have we done C instead of doing E?
Because early start day.
Actually, they can, personally, I think they can be interchanged, whichever you start first. C or E wouldn't matter really that much as long as you go with D.
Yeah, and that's the point I want you to bear in mind here. Guys, if we had more resources, or there's a potential to get more resources, then yes, it is important to start C first. But if you don't know if you're going to have more resources, then really, if you want to follow the heuristics, you would potentially say, I want to do the E first, potentially. Like you could say, I want to do D, and then this is minimum duration, and then I want to do the C after. It won't make any difference whatsoever here. Yes, we should start C because T start earlier, and that you always start with the tasks that start earlier. So you do this, then you do C, then you do E, then you do F. And that's really exactly what have been done here. But the point that I want you to bear in mind here, that in this particular exercise, and that's not always the case, but in this particular exercise, if you were to do E first, the answer is going to be exactly the same, and the project is going to see in day 14. Nothing is going to change whatsoever. It'll be exactly the same thing. You notice here, what can I do with activity 1? What can I do here?
Slack.
Can I delay it? What can I do here?
Slack as well.
And I delay it. So you can see this is why its early start is 5. Early finish is 10, but latest finish could be 12. And that's why you can see that information is here.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
So you can see we need to kind of rub our hair and think and try to get the answer that we think is going to be correct. It's not just as straightforward. It's about thinking about every exercise individually. Now we go to the next exercise, and I know you guys are my beautiful brainy students, and I'm sure you can go and answer those questions. So let's go and continue. Let's get it done. This is another one for you. What's your question?
The activity D. Is this
Yeah.
like it need to be activities B and C both finish, or
Correct.
just one of them is
Correct. So if you can
This is
see this
both true.
box, this says finish to start, finish to start. That's mean before D could start, both of these activities B and C must be finished before
Okay.
activity D could start.
okay?
Any other questions?
No.
No worries. Okay. Let's go to this exercise. All right, have a look. Guys, drawing it is a straightforward thing. Okay, so I think you can all draw it. So you guys have drew that, yeah?
Mm.
Okay. Which activity do I do first?
A.
A. Which one do I do after?
C.
Either C or B.
Okay, C or B, which
C.
one?
C.
Which one is minimum
C.
slack?
C.
C. Which one do I do after C?
B.
B.
B. Which one do I do after B?
D.
D.
D. Which one do I do after D? Let's
E
go
and
back to
F.
the rules. Minimum slack, smallest duration. Which one is minimum slack?
E.
E. Which one do I do
E.
after E?
F.
F.
F. Which one do I do after F?
G.
G. Which one do I do after G?
H.
H. This is a straightforward one, guys. Okay, you go and see, you know, this 2 days. Then I have to start C. Okay, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. Perfect. Then I have to start B, but I can't start at T because we've already used 2 people. So I will do this one here. Now I have to start D, which again, I have to start it 1 day later because I've already used the resources. Then I have to go and use E, which is again later. Then I have to use, F, then H, sorry, then G, then H. This is a very straightforward one, nothing much. There's no slack, nothing could be delayed because we are maximizing the use of our resources at all times. And even at the stage where we haven't maximized the resources, we can't really increase any duration for any activity. So that's,
Sir,
tell me.
is it like E and F can be do at the same time?
If you have resources, but you don't have resources, you only have 2 people. So you've already used them to do the E, which is minimum slack.
Oh, okay.
So you can't start them at the same time.
Oh, it's 2 people. Yes, I see.
Correct. You only have 2 people. Make sense? Rita, is still not sure, or is it clearer?
Wait, let me see.
So I'm doing it by myself now. It's scary.
Okay. Is it clearer?
Yes, sir.
All right. I want to go through the next exercise. Have a look here. This is more to create a time budget. Guys, how many dollars do I need in this period? How much money do I need here?
4,
4. And how much is the total?
4,
How much do I need here?
3,
And how much is the total?
7,
3 plus 4, 7. Okay, great. So that's 7. How much do I need here?
7,
No, here. Yeah, 7 plus
7.
7,
14,
14. How much do I need here?
4,
Plus 14.
18.
18.
This is a very straightforward, nothing really to worry about. It's very straightforward. This is what we call about phase budget. We need to know at any point of time how much money we need. That's really the phase budget. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this one. It's the same thing. So basically you need to see when does activity survey need to start, when does it need to end, when does a report start, when does it end, and then you basically put the budget accordingly based on when the activities will start.
Four, 5, 2. Oh, okay. 4, 5, 2.
So when does the survey start and when does the survey end, guys?
Survey start is day 0 and end at day 12.
No, I'm talking about survey.
So, okay, so day 3.
When does it finish?
Day 9. Yeah, day 9.
Okay, day 9. So you know that the survey will start in day 3 and day 9, which means between day 3 and day 9, you're going to put 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 5, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 5. Between day 2 and day 9. Actually, day 3 and day 9. So 3 and day 9. And then you know you need to put from day 9 to day 13 a report. You're going to need to put 332. So that's what you're going to put after 332. And then the budget 4, 5, 2, 4, plus 5, 9, plus 2, 11, plus 2, 13, plus 2, 15, and the list goes on. And that's how your budget goes and starts increasing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, guys. So it's not that difficult. You guys are all my beautiful, smarty ladies and gentlemen. So the last 2 exercises, I want you to go and have a go at them during your own time. I will publish the results for you. I want you to have a go at them. And if there's anything you're not sure about, I want you to ask me. But I think you will find them easy breezy. So have a go at them later, just in your own time. They will take a bit of time with you, but once you finish, just check your answers. Don't check the answers before you have a look first, because I want you to learn from them. And if there's any questions at all, you let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much for all your effort today. As usual, you're amazing. And I want you to make sure you continue working hard and coming every week, because it's really, really important when I do the calculations. You listen to them during the lecture, you understand what I'm covering, and then you come and bang, 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 we apply them, because I want you to go to that final exam, midterm exam. I want you to like eat them with or your teeth. I want you to kind of do a very, very good job. So please make sure you focus on that. And thank you for all your efforts so far in the subject.